Again, welcome to the Crazy Hat Chemist. Here we go. We're doing the 15th video today on scientific measurements. BAM! Applied rules for rounding number 2. And I am hoping that you are still keeping your umbrella with you, just as a reminder for rules of rounding. When it is multiplication and division, you're using your umbrella, which is the least precise measurement. But multiplication and division, you use the fewest number of significant figures. With addition and subtraction, you're also using the least precise measurement. However, when that is applied, you're using the fewest number of decimal places. So let's see how you have your umbrella unpacked. So our first problem here, we got two numbers here. We're going to multiply these two numbers. This is the number that we get in our calculator. We're going to look at the two original numbers of which the product came from. We're going to figure out which one has the fewest number of significant figures. This one has two significant figures, so I need to round the 13,160 using this one right here. Since 1 is less than 5, then I'm going to truncate the number. Again, remembering that you are giving me $13,160. I'm going to give you approximately an equivalent amount back, and that is $13,000. Or 1.3 times 10 to the 4. Remember, those trailing zeros do not count. Okay, there is no decimal in that number. Let's try another one. Okay, now this one is complicated because we have addition and we have multiplication. So what we need to do is we need to remember back from our math class and our wonderful math teacher, the rules of PEMDAS. That is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So you're going to be doing the multiplication first in this problem. That is the 2.46 times the 1.2 times 10 to the 4. And you're going to be using the two significant figures in this one for our rounding. This is the number that you get when you take the product of 2.46 times 1.2 times 10 to the 4, and you're going to round that to two significant figures. This is the number that you get, and that is 30,000 because you're rounding with the 5. Okay, now what you need to do is take care of the 425 and bring that down, and you're going to add the 425 to the 30,000. So you're going to sum these two numbers up. You're going to get this number in your calculator. And then what you're going to do is you're going to round this to the fewest number of decimal places. The 425, the 5 is significant in the ones column. But if you look at that 30,000, the first zero in the ones column is not significant because there's no decimal. The second zero to the left in the tens column is not significant. Then the next zero in the next column, in the hundreds column, is not significant. Okay? But we had this zero in the 30,000 because of the two significant figures on the previous part that was significant. This is significant right there. Even though it doesn't look like it in the yellow 30,000, it is actually significant. That zero is. Okay? Because of the product of the 2.46 and the 1.24 times 10, 1.2 times 10 to the 4. Okay, so I'm going to round this 30,425 to, with this number, which is that 4, to 30,000. And I cannot have 30,000 without exponential notation. Okay, so I have to have two significant figures, and I have to use exponential notation. So that is 3.0, that's two significant figures, times 10 to the 4. Okay, hopefully that worked out well for you. Here's another example here. I'm going to take 1,200 here, plus these two numbers, 42.6 and 4.984. I'm going to sum all these numbers up. I'm going to get a number in my calculator. Then I'm going to look at these numbers here that were originally, these three original numbers, and figure out which one is the least precise. And this 2 right here in the 1,200 is where it is least precise. That is in the hundreds column. So I'm going to be looking at this 4 for rounding. That 4 is less than 5, so I'm going to truncate the number. Again, you are giving me $1,247.58 approximately. I'm going to give you back approximately the same amount, and that's 1,200. Okay, not 12, not 120. Okay, you can put that number in exponential notation, and that would be 1.2 times 10 to the 3, and that would be perfectly fine as well. Okay, here's one more example. I'm going to add these two numbers up. Okay, and the 143.50 and the 20 with the decimal. So the question is, the 143.50, does that zero, that trailing zero count? The answer is yes. Okay, in the 20 with the decimal, does that trailing zero count? The answer is yes. So I'm summing these two numbers up. This is what I get in my calculator. And this 0 in the ones column is significant because there's a decimal in the number. So I need to maintain the same least precise measurement, the precision I'm maintaining, in this original number as well as my rounded number. So therefore I'm using this 5 for rounding. 5 is 5 or greater. I'm going to add 1 to the preceding digit, which is the 3, and I get 164. Okay? That is the next video, and there is no wizardry about this science. This is chemistry, this is science. Follow the rules, pull out your umbrella. Significant figures for multiplication and division, decimal places for addition and subtraction. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you like that video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and look forward to the next video. See you next time.